Hi everybody, welcome to Refunction Crafts, and my name is Carol, and this is the project that we are doing today. And I can't wait to show you how I made this beautiful ornament from an ordinary box. This is a box that I made a purchase of something in, and you can see it's one of the boxes that you just you pull the inner piece out and your stuff is in there. The reason I can't pull it all the way out is because I have glued this light onto the back of the box, because there's no reason to have to open it or close it now, because it's been turned into a beautiful lighted ornament. And I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I want to first of all, what I want to do is I want to ask you guys to please make a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this. This is something that comes up because when I started my channel, I started it based on repurposing items that I just had around the house, because I didn't have a lot of craft supplies, didn't have a lot of money. And so I went with what I had laying around the house, and I just started making things. Mostly like night lights and things like this. I altered salt boxes and you name it. If I could find it, a jar that had a use for it, I would make a night light or what have you. Jewelry that I would repurpose, old watches, things like that. So that was the start of my channel, and that was why I called it Refunction Crafts, because I was refunctioning and repurposing items that I had around the house. So, if you ever wonder why I called my channel Refunction Crafts, that is why. So anyways, I went back to my roots in making this today, and this is a repurposed box that I turned into a beautiful ornament. And I'm going to turn off my lights real quick so that I can show you guys how gorgeous this ornament is. I have to walk around my table here, so give me just a moment. So I'm going to turn off my main light anyway. Okay. And it has the switch on the back. I glued that on the back. This is a battery operated piece, and you unscrew these screws, put a new battery in there, and your lights will work again. These lights, I'm told, work up to like 5,000 hours. Not on the same battery. You will have to change batteries, but the light itself will, the lights that are in there will last a long time. You can see I've got the lights just kind of put together in the bottom because I just wanted them to light up the box. And so let's see, I don't know if it'll show up better if I turn all my lights off or not, but we're going to give it a shot. Yes, it does. So this is what it looks like with the lights on. And so we decorated the inside box that pulls out. That's what is decorated in this. And it is absolutely stunning. At the end of the video, you'll see some pictures and some video that I took that will show you the process in making this. And again, I made it with things I had around my craft room, things I had in my stash, and it came out. I'm just so excited about this one and how great it turned out for basically what it is to begin with. So yeah, I got this box. I used it. It actually had these nails in it. And so when I took the nails out and everything, I thought, you know what, this little box, it's got the little plastic piece, the acetate piece on the front of it. I could really make something cute out of this. And so I just got to thinking about it and brainstorming, and this is what I came up with, and I absolutely love it. So let's get busy. Oh, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And you guys, I'm going to ask that you hit the hype button. The hype button is a new button that YouTube has given you the ability to use, and it's for I guess it's only on mobile devices. So your iPads, your iPhones, your Androids, things like that. Mobile devices. So whatever you've got that you're using, if you're using a mobile device and not a standalone computer or your TV, actually you can be streaming it onto your TV, but and you still have the use of the buttons on your phone. So if you do it that way, you can still hit that hype button on your phone. That hype button will do so much for my channel, you guys, more than the thumbs ups. And although I still need those thumbs up, let me tell you, I need everything I can get right now. Trying to save money for this insurance is not easy. And so I'm going to ask for your help. And hope that you guys will do this for me and enjoy this video. So anyway, let's get busy making the video. Okay, so we're ready to go on this thing. I've got this all cut at the top here so that it'll fit into the box properly. We decided to use this lady because I think she's absolutely beautiful. So she's going to be our main focus on the inside of the box. Now this box is something that I actually got these nails in. Aren't they pretty? Now these nails are not something I would normally buy. Look at all of the bling on them, but I love bling, you guys know that, and I couldn't resist these. They were only a couple dollars more than my usual nails that I get, and I don't pay much for them. I get them very cheap at work, so I'm able to buy, you know, the cheaper ones and just use them on a regular basis. But these were special, and we started getting these in, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try some of those. And I just thought they were so pretty. Now, they're super long, which is not me. I don't like them this long, and I will probably cut them down somewhat, probably by tonight. But I thought, you know what, for my video, I'm going to leave them long. So we have our image, we have our box, and this box has this piece of acetate on the front. Now it's not perfectly clear. It's got a couple of scratches in it and stuff because I had to tape it, and then I had to get the tape off to tape it off. And of course around the edge it's not perfect, but that's okay because we're going to be putting something around the edge of that. So that's fine. And then this just kind of slides in there. And look at this. It's already got a doohickey. Oh, cool. It came out perfect. Let me see. I know, this isn't done, you guys, but Jeff's working on his boxes. Like I told you, you can see it's still got a number marked on it. But this is one of the maple ones. Wait till you see it. And it is glossed and all that good stuff. It is going to be so gorgeous. So this is one of the new ring boxes, so get ready. I'm gonna have a bunch of those in my shop soon. So I'll show you when he gets all of the maple and walnut ones done. I already showed you the cedar ones, and they are gorgeous, but I have a feeling the maple and walnut ones are going to be even more gorgeous. So just my favorite wood is walnut. It just always comes out looking so gorgeous, and so anything he makes in walnut just has my vote. So okay, so let's get going. I've got my B7000, so make sure you've got some of that. So this is just something, you know, every once in a while, you guys, you get something in a box with a clear top. This was just a right size for an ornament, I thought. So I thought, you know what? Let's use our brain and let's make an ornament out of this and make it gorgeous. So that's what we're going to do. You guys, I just am one of those people. The reason that I gave my shop the name Refunction Crafts in the beginning was because I like to repurpose things. That's back when I was doing a lot of the little salt boxes and just redoing jewelry bits, watches, all of that stuff. And that was mainly what I was doing in the beginning. And I loved it. And I think my viewers loved it. Hold on a second. I gotta send my doggie out. She's just opened the door and came in. And I know she's gonna get into something. So I gotta send her away. I'll be out in a few minutes. Okay, sweetie? And I hope you guys saw in my last video, I did put a little bit of a video of Holly in there. And I think it's the one where I want to say she's shaking her little rope, and she was so mad at me because I took away her froggy because I had to sew it. Really, she had started to tear it again, her new froggy. And so I had to take it and sew it, and I had to take it away from her for a little bit for that. So she got so mad at me that she took her big rope and just started pounding it on the ground, just letting me know that she was none too pleased with me for taking that frog away again. The last time I took it away so I could throw it away and replace it with a new one. So now I've got another replacement on backup so that when this one is done, that I can just quickly trade them out and be done with it. So there won't be any panic going on, because when she doesn't have her frog, my little girl panics. So yeah, it's cute, but it's kind of sad sometimes. Anyway, so let's go ahead, and I want to show you guys real quick. I know I showed you in the last video that I had made, I was making the lock and key pieces out of this mold, and they are these. Oops, you can't see that. Hold on a second. Let me grab my black box here to set those on. So I was making these, and they're so pretty. I love them so much so that I think I ordered another set so that when this, oh, you know what? I don't think I did. I think I took it off of there. I don't remember if I ordered another set or not. I meant to, but I don't know if I did. Anyway, so when I was making these, so what I did is I showed you guys this box, and this box is sprayed with the same Rust-Oleum Paint Plus Primer paints that I use to do all of my white painting like I used on this. And so this one I used black and I used gold, and when I did the gold, I painted like the edges and stuff, and I did the same thing on the lock and key. And then I took the black and I made it spray so that bigger kind of blops of paint would fall, so that the bottom or certain parts of this would look a little more kind of edgy. So that's what it looks like. And then this is resined over the top. So this is what I did with that lock and key. And then I resined it to this part of the lock, and I added these, it's got a cross, and this charm that says I choose strength, and then this pretty little vintage looking key here. So I thought that turned out pretty. I still have to do something in this section of the box. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. But I wanted to show you guys that because I think it's going to be spectacular. I could take, since I've got these out, and I could put, and these would actually go really, really nicely on this box. And I think I just got myself a really great idea to put these in the corners, and that's really all it would need. It would be completely done with that. Just like that. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look pretty, you guys? I think that's what I'll probably do. And these are kind of a brass corners, antique brass. So if I put those on there, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's what I'm going to be doing with this box. I gotta check and make sure I have 4 brass ones, because these actually, I'm not positive if I'm going to use them on this or not. I'm thinking I do want to. I've got my bag here. Let me just make sure I've got 4 more, because I'm going to take them out right now. 2. And I'm going to, I could also use, there's 3. And this one might be copper. No, this one's the brass too. I want to make sure they kind of all sort of match in color, because sometimes you get them where they're a little bit different from each other. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this one's a little bit darker, so I'm going to leave that one in there. And then I've also got some that are kind of like this, but I don't think I have 4 of these, and I really don't like them as well, although I do have, I have one that's a little different out to possibly try on this box, but I don't know. So I'm going to leave that other one there. And I'm going to the reason I'm still digging in here is I want to make sure I get as many of the flatter ones as I possibly can, because some of these get a little bent in the bag. Sorry, I dropped one, you guys. That one, that one. This one's pretty good. It's a little bit bent, but not much. And I think those 4 are good. All right. So now that I've wasted your time with that, I'm going to put them inside this box. And that way I know I won't lose them. And that's probably all I'm going to do to that box is add those corners. And then I'll put it in my shop for sale. I think it's beautiful. I love the vintagey look of it. And I have one friend that I have a feeling, I know she loves all the vintagier, the better, if that's a word. The more vintagey, the better. And she sees stuff like that, and then I get an email saying, I want it. So she and I kind of like a lot of the same things. I love things like that are just, the older they look, the better. And I really, really love that box. I pulled out these dragonflies too, because I wasn't sure if maybe I might want to use one of these in here. So my friend Robin gave me these dragonflies, and it's so pretty. Okay, let's go. So first things first, we're gonna pull this out. So anyway, this has the little ribbon at the top, so I'll be able to put a longer hanging piece from this to be able to hang it on a tree. So, and then this, because it's not super duper, you know, it's not as shiny as it was when I got it because of the tape and everything. I will probably put a layer of resin over the front of this once I what did I do? I had a light for this too. That's okay, I've got some more. Sorry, you guys. I don't mean to stick my whole body in front of you if I did, but I've got some of my lights, my twinkle lights, and we're going to be using that in this. So I'll get that out now so I don't forget. Okay. And see, this is not perfectly straight. There was some areas where there was a little bit of sticky, and this is cardboard. So I didn't want to stick anything wet on here and make it, you know, start to warp and everything. And it doesn't matter because I'm going to be covering up most of this anyways. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it's white in the background, that's all I really care about. So first things first, what we're going to do, and I kind of debated on I think what I might do is I might put her over all the way to the left side here, like that, and then decorate to the right side of her with some of my bits and pieces. And another thing I took out was these, which Robin sent me. And these are Temu rhinestones and stuff, and they are so beautiful, and they're just like the ones that are used in these nails. And I thought I could do a pretty little decorative area around that one side and really dress it up a bit and have a little pop, you know, a few pops of color and stuff too. So, and then I also took out some flowers, decals, just in case. So first things first, let's go ahead and get our B7000 onto our lady here. And I am not going to resin over her. This is one piece where I'm not going to use resin on the image. I'm just going to leave it, you know, with the matte color that it already is. I'm trying not to get this stuff on my nails because I really don't want to mess them up already. I just did them this morning. These nails are so great, you guys. It takes me like 10 or 15 minutes to put them on, and I get so much joy from wearing them. It's kind of fun when I'm at work, you know, customers come up and they go, "Oh my gosh, I love your nails." Usually the young girls, because they all wear their nails all pretty and stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with them. Okay, I'm going to take this stick, this dowel here, and I'm just going to sort of press this and get it into place exactly where I want it. Press the sides down. And yeah, it is down here at the bottom too, and that's okay. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to cut it off. I wanted to leave it just like that. Okay. And then, I'm not exactly positive. Here's the thing, you guys. I also have some of my laces. I do have this lace, and I do plan on using it. You know how much I love this, and this box is absolutely 100% perfect for this lace to go around the entire outside. So there's no way I'm not going to use it. I had picked out another lace and thought about this, and I thought, oh, no. We've got to go with my favorite. So I'm getting ready to run out of this, so I'm probably going to have to buy some more pretty soon, although I've got to cut my buying out because I'm trying to put my money away for insurance. So that's more important right now. So okay, pretty soon, you guys, I'm going to have some answers. I'm going to get this stuff all worked out and get on my way to figuring out where my journey is going to take me, or if I really have much of a journey at all to deal with. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just, you know, a little whatever, infection or something like that. Something crazy stupid, and I've been worried for nothing. So what I'm going to do, let's see. I like these flowers. And I really wanted to kind of try and put some of them around her, but I want to use the pinker ones. This one's more of a peachy color here, so I'm going to try to cut this one out. I always try to be very careful with how I cut these apart. And I want to still make this one look like a leaf, so I'm going to kind of shape it as I go. And I'm actually going to, let's see, I'm going to cut this piece out. because I really only want the bigger flowers, and I want them to kind of come up over the edges. And I'll keep these because we can always use those little buds and stuff, you guys. Don't ever throw them away when you cut them off, unless they're just ones that you know are unusable. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Cut this little bud out. I might use one or two of those, but I'll have to place them a little differently. So I think with this one, I'll cut those leaves out. And so I just kind of go where my eye takes me and makes me feel like is a good spot. Now these I'm going to go ahead and take out as well, because it's going to be too deep if I do all of this, and these are just little leaves and stuff, so we don't really need those. And the less deep this ends up being, the better. So we're going to also take this bud, and I have a couple more pieces of these flowers that are whole that I can use, and I've had them around for a little bit, so I kind of feel like okay, I can do this. It's okay for me to do this. Now I just need to make sure that I can grab a hold of this and peel it. That piece is going in the trash. I wonder if I should just cut this flower at the edge. See, this one, let's see. I feel like this one sticks out a little too much too, but I'll probably use it. I'll just place it in another location. And actually, I have some more of these kind of cut down, kind of like this one, and maybe I'll even grab a couple of those. But see, I just want them to kind of go along the edge of her picture there. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that we can get this to go on and not pull up any paint. Oh, there is, I don't think there is paint on the inside of this, but it's okay. I'm just going to go right about here and try and get it to the corner there and just allow it. I'm trying to hold on to the edge of this clear part so that I can grab a hold of it and pull it off. So that's what I'm doing here, you guys. So you can see I've got it going up over the edge there. So let's see if, see, this is not sticking down, so that's where I'm going to have to do the work and try and get it to stick down. Sometimes I have to start in another spot in order to get a start going. And starting at the leaves is always harder, you guys. And these particular flowers, these particular decals are super, super, super sticky. And that's why I said I don't want to pull the paint off while I'm doing this. But see, the decals themselves are not as sticky underneath, which I don't get. That should be the stickiest part. But they're not as sticky. So and I'm trying to pull this with these fingernails, and that's not easy either. Maybe I should have left the fingernails off until I did my video and then put them on. But I wanted to show them to you guys because I thought they were really pretty. And then back in this corner here, this corner piece right here, it didn't actually touch all the way, so it's not coming off real easy there. If I could only get this one leaf to stay down, I would be so, so, so happy. But it just does not want to stay down. Okay, let me get up here at the top, and maybe this leaf will stay. And then I can get it going in the other direction and get the other leaf to stay down too. And here's what's going to happen. I just realized something. Darn. I might end up pulling the paper off on the image. I just realized that because this is so sticky. I mean, it is stickier than I think any other one I've ever worked with. This is ridiculous. And I'm going to say something to them in my review for sure. I mean, it's fine if you're putting it on glass or wood or something like that, but this is just not working so well. This is going to frustrate me. Okay. Come on, decal, come off, please. I'm sorry, you guys. I may have to speed this up so you don't have to watch the pain and suffering that I'm going through. Oh my word. And I am, ooh, pretty. We have a walnut one ready to go. But you guys, this tells you nothing about this wood, because I'm telling you, when he puts the finish on this, oh my gosh, the color just pops and the grain pops, and you are not going to believe. But that's why I'm glad I get to show it to you in this state and the final state. Oh my goodness, you guys are not going to believe how gorgeous they're going to be. Thank you. I can't wait to get those and then do a little additional embellishing. This one leaf is not wanting to stay down either, so I'm going to just move on. Okay. Okay, you guys, here's the dealio. Here's what I'm gonna do. I've decided to change my mind on this. I'm gonna leave those flowers just the way they are. I'm gonna leave the backing on it because I think I'm just gonna ruin it if I keep on going. So we're gonna do this. And then we will put a couple of these other little pieces down. And we have our little guy that's walking down the street with his little cart selling Mexican somethings. I don't know what they are. But they make homemade stuff, and then they take their little cart on the streets and they actually go through residential neighborhoods and honk their little horn, and people run out and grab the goodies. I've never had them myself, but I do know people who really love them. Okay, come on now. Alright, I'm gonna cut this right there. See if I can get it to lift. This is just a little bud here. And again, I need to put a few little pieces. And before I put this down, I'm going to cut around a good amount of the plastic so that I'm not messing with it. And I'm just going to get the bud on there. So there we go. Okay. So now, as long as I don't make it stick to my fingernails, I'll be happy. Okay. So now I've got that piece right in that corner, and we're not even going to try and peel these back, you guys. I've decided. There we go. And that looks very, very pretty, and nobody will be any the worse for the wear. The inside of this is going to be pretty much covered up on this wall, so I'm not even worried about, see, you can see the tapey part. That doesn't matter. We're going to be covering that up mostly with other stuff. So these bits and pieces I will save because I can use them for something else. And I'm going to keep this here, maybe keep a couple of those buds there, just in case. I might have somewhere else that I want to use them. And I'll just pop these into my bag. And there we go. Okay, so let's get rid of this stuff. Throw it in the trash. Okay, so so here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I would put these on the inside of the box here, in the corners. Because the outside's going to have a lot of lace and stuff, you guys, so that's mostly going to be the lacy part of this. And I think these are going to fit in there really nicely. I do need to, press this down a little bit. In fact, we'll just use our razor blade here, and then we can push this image down just like that, and these are going to cover up those edges. Okay, and I will probably use some resin to hold these down, just kind of along these edges here, because it will hold it really well, and I won't have to worry. And here I'm going to do the same thing with my razor blade on this plastic. I'm just going to get it so that it lays flat along the box. And this is the kind of thing that you kind of learn what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and it's fine if you make some little mistakes. It's just a little cute, fun project. This is something you could maybe do with your kids or your grandkids, something maybe a little more simple, or you know, some of these kids, you'd be amazed at what they can do. You know, they can come up with some really great ideas. And we've got her hat here, and I think what I want to do is take some of my, Where did I put it now? Right here. Some of my little I like that flower, but it may be a little bit big. I mean, it really does look pretty on her hat. But I love this flower so much that I keep trying to use it and then not use it because I don't want to waste it. And it's so pretty. I could go with one of these tiny paper roses and then maybe, let's see. I have some pink. I've got a bag that has some of my little porcelain flowers in it that I know I put it in a bag and in a box to sort of save them for a project that I wanted to do, but I can't remember which project it is, and so yeah, I don't know where they are. Let's see. But it's a problem for me right now because now I don't have the other ones that are in there to use on my other projects. So that one's good. And then I could take yeah, I just really wish I knew where they were because I have a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them in there, and yeah, I can't use them. This one's pretty. This would be pretty on her hat. I'm just trying to find something to kind of put on the center of her hat here to dress it up. They're kind of bright though. That's a little bright, but they do look very pretty. I actually like it. I do like the white and the paler pink though. I like that better. Okay. All right, so that's probably what we'll do there. And then maybe we'll put a couple of flowers sort of here at the bottom, maybe in the corner. So we've got these pretty white roses. We've got these pretty white and pink roses, which are gorgeous. And I've got, I like these little tiny cherry blossoms. I've got these cherry blossoms and I've got these. Now these are gorgeous ones when you need bigger ones. They're really, really, really pretty. And these I got from Debbie. These little tiny ones are nice for things like this that you just want to pop a tiny flower into. You don't want it quite so big. So this is a nice place to use those if you want to add some flowers somewhere. So I'm thinking maybe if I do this, I'm just trying to pull off the metal wires here. Like that. That looks really pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get this stuff down here on this. Okay, because this needs to go on next. And I'm just gonna, I don't know why I'm picking them up. I'm gonna leave them in there. I'm gonna add a little resin. My BS resin, UV resin. And I really only have to stick this down in a couple of little spots and it will be fine. We don't need a lot of resin here. It doesn't need to be like all visible or anything like that. We just want to get it kind of in the corners and the edges so that it stays down. And I'm just drizzling a little bit, just like that. And I'll take my little poker here, push these in. And down. Just making sure they're in the corners. And I will pop it under my UV lamp for a couple of minutes. It's not going to take long. We're not trying to, you know, we're not worried about it breaking or being knocked around or anything like that. So once it's in there and it's all closed up, it's all going to be protected. So I was thinking I want to put some little rhinestones in this. And I love these rhinestones. Now, only if I can get them to sit up straight. Sound like I'm talking to my children. Sit up straight. But it's not easy to get these to do that because they're cone-shaped on the bottom. And see, then they just continuously pop around and move around and won't sit still. Oh, got that one in. Oh, so this is what I need to use this with clay on it. Yeah, this has some clay on it, so it actually works quite well to grab hold of these rhinestones. Awesome! Okay, so next size is this size. So those are the mediums. And I'm going to grab one more large one, or two. Okay, so actually what I need to do here, let's start over here. We need to drizzle some resin in these little spots here. Just a dot, a dot, a dot. Okay, so now let's do this. So I'm going to take, and these are teeny tiny ones here on the end, so I'm going to grab some of those as well. Those are the teeny tinies. And these are just so pretty and they sparkle so nice. So the first two up here at the top get teeny tinies. Just like that. There's that, okay. And the next one is the big sized ones. And you're a big one. There. Okay. And we're going to grab another big one. Whoops. What did I do? I pushed that one all the way out and over to the next one. That's okay, because I wanted 3 of the biggest ones here. And then we're going to go, these are middle-sized ones. Right here. Middle. And middle. Okay. And then we're going to go with teeny tinies again. Teeny. One more. And the last one is a big one. There we go. All right. So next, I think I'd like to put a couple of rhinestones on the wings. Let me grab a couple of the bigger ones real quick. I'm not going to use much of the big. And I'm not going to use any of these little pearls because I like them, but I don't think they're good for this. I want sparkle. So let's get our resin, and we're going to put, oh, you know what? I've got these too. And in the long run, you guys, I don't even know if I'm going to use this on this project, but I thought this gives me time to do this. Those are too big. There's a pretty heart. But you know what? I'm going to just do what's on there now. I'm going to let that go into my lamp. And we're going to finish working on our box a little bit more. And then we'll kind of decide where we want to go from there. Because I want to use these on my box. So let's just leave those over there. Because I might use a few of these as well. So let's put these 2 flowers on there. And honestly, I think I'm going to use my B7000 for these. And I just need a little squeeze. We'll go with the white one. I hope I'm not putting my head in the middle of this camera, you guys. I really do. I don't mean to do that, but sometimes I get carried away. Okay, so that's just in the B7000, and that should set up pretty quickly. And I'm going to also put a couple of rhinestones up there as well. Oh, this is so pretty, you guys. So, so pretty. I might need a little bit more of the glue. I'm going to just squeeze a little bit out on my silicone mat here. And I've got another pokey stick here that I can use to grab some glue with. And give us spots to put some rhinestones. Okay, so we have a tiny one. We're going to put that right there. And I have a little glue string right there too. Okay. And honestly, I think I'm going to go, let's go with this size back behind there, because we want to be able to see it. And I want a medium-sized one right there. Okay. And a teeny tiny, this thing is slipping, so I'm going to push that clay up a little. Oops, pushed it up and off. That's okay. Goes right back on there. And let me tell you what, I'm going to be making me more rhinestone pickers out of polymer clay. Get yourself some polymer clay, you guys. I am just now finding out that this is better than anything else that I've used. Oh my word. This is awesome. I never even thought to use polymer clay. And it is a stickier clay, so I can't believe I didn't think of that before. And I have a couple of glue strings down there, but I'm not going to worry about those right now because I can clean those up at the end. And there we go. We've got some nice little rhinestones around those pretty flowers on our hat. Okay, and then I have this pretty rhinestone heart. I'm trying to see what other, I've got a pink one right here. That's pretty. I was thinking maybe I could put that sort of on her dress somewhere. Like to look like a pendant. And then I could actually add, I'm just gonna take a look at it first and see if it's actually what I want to do. So then I could add a couple of other rhinestones. Around the edge, like that. I need a smaller one. Okay. Let's try this again. I got a little carried away there. There, that looks really pretty. I like that. And then maybe one more rhinestone on the other side. I'm not trying to add a crazy amount of color right now. I'm just trying to more or less add sparkle more than anything. So, but the pink, I like that extra little bit of pink, and I think that looks very pretty as just a little section of bling. So let's get our other stick here and grab some glue. And we're going to put it right there and get it so that it's a big enough area that everything will have a place to land. So we'll put our heart down first. Have that sort of stick up a little bit like that. And then we'll go for our rhinestones. And get this little teeny tiny one here. Just like that. And then this is like a medium-sized one. I would like to have a little teeny tiny something of another color, but we really don't have any kind of darker colors except a couple of these, and maybe that heart would have been nice. Would that have been better? It might have been, but you know what? We're gonna go with what we've already got in here. I like it, and I'm totally fine with it. So I'm not gonna go changing a bunch of stuff around. Okay. So there we go. That B7000 is already holding on really nicely. So that's gonna be perfect for our adhesive on this. Okay, so that's good. Then we want our flowers here. And I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is maybe I'm going to come up from this location. Where did my, there it is. Go like this. And then either right out there or right down there. I kind of like the coming out thing in the middle. Like that. That looks nice. I think that looks really good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So for these, I'm going to just use my hot glue. Okay, and then I think what I'll do, maybe I will, let's see. You know, when I said I was going to use these off to the side, I was not thinking about the fact that I was going to be using those flower decals. I totally kind of vegged out on that one. All right, so let's see what this looks like with some of these beautiful, beautiful. I like this. So maybe we'll put one of these in, like right there. These are really nice. I really like these colorful gems. And see, you're just adding a little bit of color, you know, little pops of color in there that kind of make your eyes go right to it. This is a little green butterfly. And then maybe I think I'm going to have to use my needle nose. I need to kind of press that in there. Maybe go like that. No, I don't think that really, that is getting wasted in there. I don't want to waste anything. This little green butterfly is doing nothing for me. So you're going to go there. And maybe we'll go with a clear heart. And actually, and I know you all are probably saying, Carol, hurry up. You still have to do the outside. I know, you guys. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, that looks good. I like that. This spot in the middle, I think I'm trying to put something too big in there. That's my problem. There. Okay. All right, I think that will probably make me happy. Let me put this right here. And maybe one of these pink teardrops right here. Oh, if I could just get it to turn. Like that. There. I like that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead, and I think this will work okay. So I'm just going to drop these little droplets of resin like I do. And I'm kind of just going between the bits and pieces here, not putting very much on there at all, but trying to get them all to stick. Okay. So I'm going to pop my box under my lamp and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got this all kind of ready to go. We are going to use the dragonfly though, you guys. I decided I'm going to add some of these bigger rhinestones to our dragonfly, and we're going to make it gorgeous. And so I'm just going to kind of fill that little space, fill that little space, and that one. and that one maybe a little bit down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's just add a couple of small rhinestones down here in those bottom spots. Just like that. And we'll go with you. Like that. And a smaller one. Like that, just like that. And then we're going to take these pink teardrops and we're going to put them right there. And I'm going to need to get me some more of these. Oh, darn. I turned it over. It's okay. Let's see, I've got a paper towel here. Get that off of there. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Now let me gently place it again. There we go. Okay. So just like that. And then I want a gold one. And this is just sort of a rectangular piece. And here's another gold one. Whoops. Oh, don't flip over on me. Oh, don't do it. Okay, let's try this one more time. There we go. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, so we've got that there. And then let me grab my clay thing here. And I'm going to put you there. And you there. Just like that. Okay, and then I'll take two of these smaller ones and go in there. There we go. And that one's sitting there very nicely already. Okay. And we could take these tiny, where'd it go? There it is. These tiny butterfly ones, and we'll put one here and one here. Okay, and we'll use our picker. Put you there. And you there. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to pop this. I'm going to just take my lamp. I'm going to do this the safe way. And I'm going to pop it right over the top of that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our
little dragonfly all ready to go with all of its pretty little rhinestones. And let's see if maybe I can find a way that you can see it better on here. Yes, you can. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's really actually very, very sparkly. The lighting that I have in my craft room is not extra great, but I can tell you it's really sparkly, and I think it's going to look beautiful inside the box. So I could test it and see. You know, we might as well test it. Okay, so this is what we see inside the box so far. Now if I have this, maybe this would be better on the outside of the box. I don't want to waste it. We don't want to waste anything, guys. So if I pop that in there like that, you can see it on the inside of the box. Gosh, I wish there was a better way. There we go. You can see it a little bit better there. Unfortunately, let's see if I bring you up closer. Bring the light in. See, it does look really, really pretty with that in there. So I think I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to do what my gut says to do. I'm going to take some B7000 and hot glue to place this inside. So let's go ahead and give a squeeze there, a little squeeze there, squeeze there, and a squeeze there. And then I'll take my hot glue and I'll just make a couple of dots. We don't want to waste any time spending too much time with the hot glue there, because then it'll just dry up and won't do us any good. So there we go. Boom. Okay, so that's in there. Let's put our plug in there. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, for now, I'm gonna start, you know what, I'm not even gonna put that in there. I'm gonna let that just sit by itself. You sit alone for a while. Think about what you've done. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear, but Holly's in there acting like she's swimming in the middle of the kitchen floor. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this lace here. Let's get a move on here, Carol. Okay, I'm going to unwind it a bit. And again, I'm starting to run low on this lace again, so I think I might have another piece. I got some sent to me. So I think I have another piece, but it's not huge, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end up getting myself another roll. I think there was 5 yards of this on this when I bought it. I want to say it was 5 yards. And I will put a link to this beautiful lace for you guys to have if you want to purchase them, because it's well worth having. It's my favorite. And now I can't find my torch. What did I do with my torch? I've got my green one here, but it doesn't work. Oh, you guys, I just had it this morning. Honest to goodness. But I did move things around in here when I was looking for other stuff, and I probably tossed it somewhere and it's just covered up by something else.
it's not in the other room because I cleaned that space up. Oh, here it is. I knew it was in here. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go along and see if I have any spots that I need to get rid of these little threads that are sticking out without burning my nice new nails. And this just takes a quick nanosecond to melt these little threads that are sticking off where the lace was together with another layer, I'm assuming. I'm going to be using a bit of this, so I want to make sure I get it, enough of it burned that it's good to go. I hear somebody outside talking. Who is that? I don't see anybody. Oh, it must be the next door neighbors. I can't see them, but I can hear them. Their driveway goes right up next to our driveway, and so you can hear them when they come out, but you can't see the driveway from this room. And I know it's not the kids getting off of school because they've already gotten off and gone home for the day. Okay, I think that'll do for right now. That might be all I need. I just need to make sure I've got the right side showing, and this is the front. And we're just going to go with the flowers sort of on the edge of this. But also what I need to do is I need to go around, I'm debating on what I want to do. I've got these leaves that are gorgeous, or should I just go keep this part sort of more plain? And I'm thinking that's what I need to do with this part here, is I'm going to go real plain and just get around this edge with this. I'm going to put a little glue right there so it doesn't come apart, because see, as I'm putting the glue on, how it's coming apart. I'm going to I still hear somebody talking out in front of my house. I know they're in front of my house. Oh, it's them next door. They just talk really loud. Okay. So I want to see if this will just wind around the corner. I think it will. So let's just go right here. And we'll start right there. Okay. All right. And we're just going to go just like that. We'll be just fine. I don't want to go up too far onto the the clear plastic, because every bit that I take away from that is what gets taken away from the beautiful insides of this thing. So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and keep it as far up on the white part as possible. Got a little glue string right there. Oh goodness, I think that's my husband out there talking. I should have known that. He's not a quiet one at all. Okay, so I'm gonna glue right there. Okay. And press. And do I want to come around that corner and then go down? No, I think I just want it to just go straight in. And we'll kind of try and round it a little bit if we can. Okay. Here we go, you guys. And there I went with the glue string again. Okay. So there's that. It's not perfect. I like the way these corners rounded. These corners kind of squared off a little bit. I'm not sure why this corner didn't come out just like that. I don't know. But it's okay. It'll be fine. Because part of that's going to get covered up, and what we'll do is we'll just put embellishments maybe on this side. So that's okay. All right. So this needs to go. Do we want it to go like that, or do we want it to hang off? That's the big question. If I do it this way, it'll cover up those corners. But I kind of feel like I like it hanging off. So we're going to go with the way that I generally like to do it. And I'm going to cut this little edge off so that we just have our scallop there. And we'll go right maybe that's what we'll do. We'll kind of go over the edge with those two. So yeah. So let's take this, and I'm going to cut it right there, just like that. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. now to get this corner. Yeah, we need to go right there, like that. And like that. Okay. We'll leave that just like that for now. And I think I'm going to do the same thing here and just have that corner come together just like that, because this is the top where we're going to be putting stuff in. So we don't want to glue anything over that corner there. I'm glad I picked it up and paid attention to that. So next, we will do this one. And it's going to be right here. And right there. Okay. I don't know. I think I need to cut this one a little different. Cut that off. And that there. There. And well, let me cut it right here for now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I know I'm kind of getting quiet here, but I've got to concentrate on this. I don't want to mess this part up at all. And let me get this little bit there. Trying to get it so that my corners look nice. Let's see, I've got this corner. And let's see how this one's going to look. Okay. So this one, I'm going to go right here, like that. This one, I'm going to cut right there. Okay. So that will be perfect, and that will go there. Okay, got it. you. Okay. So let's, which side's the front, which side's the back? Okay, and you go there, you go there, and boom. I love it. I do have some loose strings about, but that's okay. I am okay with that for the time being. Or for the moment, whatever. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. And there's our top. I'm going to take this and just take a little quick eyeball around here. I think I got everything I needed to get. Okay, so there's where the front looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? And then let's see what this is going to look like on the inside. Look at how nicely it goes in there. So that's in there nice and got one piece of glue right there that I can't get to come off. It just wants to roll across there and not come off with my finger. Okay, so that's what that looks like so far. So I love that. Remember, I'm gonna resin on the inside of this because I want to try and get this to look as clear as I can. Now that may or may not ruin the whole thing, you guys, and I may cry. So if I cry, please cry with me. I'm going to use this like that. And it's going to be gorgeous. Look at that lace. Is so beautiful. That's my other favorite lace. And then I want to take and use a couple of my beautiful, beautiful flowers over here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And got this one, which I love. That'll probably go about right there. Like that. Or I could take and just use one of my white small ones, and this one's a little bit smaller for this corner. Like that. Oh, it's going to be so gorgeous. And then we're going to take and we're going to put, that is a little bit bigger. And that, I'm wondering right now if I should, did I have two of those out? I don't think I did. Oh, I hope I have another one. Oh, I do have one. Okay, so I've got two different flowers here that I could choose from on this side. I'm thinking about not going with that one. I'm thinking about either this one, because it's a little smaller, and I want the corner piece to be a little smaller on this edge. Or I can go with one that matches that one, but that will be my last one of those that I have right there. And then take this there and one of my pretty white ones up here, or no, maybe a white one down here. And the pink and white there. And maybe one little cherry blossom right in there. Isn't that pretty? You guys, you guys, look at that. Oh, I'm so super excited right now. Okay, I'm gonna put those in my box. I gotta get stuff out of my way here. You know what? I feel like these are a little fresher, and these are from the new ones that I got from Debbie, and it's a lot more pristine, if that's the word I can use. It's in better shape. I mean, not that any of them are in bad shape, they're not, but it's just in newer shape. Okay, so there's that. Then I want to take a little piece of this ribbon, if I can do this with these nails, and I want to try and make a pretty bow, but not a huge bow. Just one about like that. Cut that right about there, and I don't know if this will be long enough for me to tie around here, but I'm going to give it a shot. And this is going to be very, very difficult. Ugh, that's not going to work. Oh, I really wish I hadn't done my nails before doing my videos. I really do. Because I have to move my fingers in order to get this under there to tie it. Let's see if I can make it happen, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put this up closer to me so I can work with it. You guys know how I tie my bows normally. And I'm really just doing the same thing. No, I didn't want to do that. I can't find which one of these is. Where is the other piece of it? Right there. Okay. Got it. Okay, found it. Found it! Okay, let's see if I've got it. I think I've got it in the middle. And that is... I should have held on to that because I still have to tie this in a knot. So Okay. Well, I did the best I could with what I had. Okay, so let me just cut these. How did I end up with more pieces on? There we go. Okay, there we go. I take it back. Okay, you guys, I have just a teeny tiny little bow here. That I want to be able to put on here somewhere. So let's go ahead and let's get things glued on here. Oh. And the rest I'll get on the other side. Okay, so now let's start gluing our flowers on. You're going there. You're going there. And this one I need to glue on a little bit sideways here so that it looks right. So it's kind of on its side. And this cherry blossom, I'm trying to decide where I want it to go. I think I'm going to have it come off to this side. And got to turn it around there a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Do I need another one over here? I think so. Just like that. Okay. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll take this little piece here and we'll just put it right here in this corner. And there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go for it with this one because I like it there. So there we go with that. Okay. Now, the other part that I want to do is I'm going to unwind these lights. A little bit. Because what I would like to do is I would like to get these lights kind of going around the box on the inside a little bit. But I don't want to try and wind it around and around and around and around. So I'm going to unwind this. And try and get it set up in a manner that I'm just kind of grouping it all together. This is so long. That's a lot. Oh, word. Okay. So let's see how we can do this. I think I want this. I really want this to go on the back. So I think I'm going to have it. How are we going to do this? I don't want to have a big old mess in here. Maybe it would be better to just make it like one little light that shines on the inside of this without a whole bunch of winding up and twinkling and stuff, because it's not really going to twinkle. And we'll just put it in one little area. Maybe we can go half and half. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. So if I take this section that I've already wound up and leave it kind of like that, and wind it around, and then take this section and wind it around. Oh, why is it all twisting up? Because I'm not being careful, that's why. Sorry, you guys. This is the kind of stuff, the little bitty stuff like this can make a project daunting. Okay, and we'll just keep winding, 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 and somehow get it off of our finger. Put it like this, wind that, and then let's see how we've got this. I'm going to turn it on. So there's our little lights in two little sections, and the thing is at night you're going to see this really, really well. During the day it's not going to light up a lot, so this is something you'd want to turn on at night. So if I've got that there, and if I can take this and glue it along the wall, like that. And up in this corner, that should work. So let's do this. We're going to put some glue right there and press that down. And some glue right there and press that side down. And get it out of the dragonfly. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I am going to glue it right along the front part of this wall, because that, if you remember, is where this part's gonna go along. So the closer I get to that, the better, because it's not gonna show. It's gonna be hidden by these walls, right? That's the idea anyway. So if I go right along here, I'll be able to go right out the top. And hopefully everything will be hidden on the top too, on the outer top, because we've got this there. So that's my plan. Let's see if my plan is going to work. I got a little bit of extra glue stuck in there. What you could do is you could even just tape these wires down. I choose to glue it because it just feels easier to me. Just gonna put a little bit of glue right along there and press it down just like that. There we go. See, so it doesn't show up too bad. And then when you put this on the back, we're gonna glue it on the back, but you got to make sure your screws are facing out so that you can unscrew this to put new batteries in, you guys. So these have changeable batteries, and then your switch is at the top. So you're all set. Put enough glue there that it's gonna stick on. And there we go. Oh, you guys, this took just long enough so Jeff could bring me in a box that he's got all finished. Of course, I don't have my part finished, but he's got his part finished, and this is the walnut. Huh? Okay. And it has a beautiful finish on the outside. He spray finished these. And look at the inside. I mean, look at the smoothness in this wood, you guys. This is the walnut. And again, I will be embellishing these on the tops. Not doing a lot of embellishing, just something very simple that is gorgeous and doesn't change it up much, because sometimes I think the beauty is in the wood itself, not in all the other stuff that you can put on it. So the work that is done by the actual pro making the wood piece is the best. Oh, I just realized something. Okay, I gotta pop this off of the back of this, and the reason, well, you guys, I'm not going to be selling this piece, obviously, because I've got a couple of mistakes on it, but I don't know, maybe what I'll do is I'll give it away to one of my Etsy shoppers or something like that, because it'll still be worth having. I'm gonna tell you guys, it's gorgeous. But see what I have to do to this? This part's of course going to be on the inside of the box, so Some person that has this probably isn't going to care about that. If you know me and you know I made it and I made the mistake, because there we go, we have a mistake. And the reason that we have this mistake is why? Because this has to go on the inside. And this is not going to fit if it's got this glued to this part of the box. So, looking for my, I don't know if I can get this off real easily or not. It doesn't really matter because I can glue it, just glue it on the back of the box like this, or not glue it at all right now and just do this part later. Let's do that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this inside the box because you can see with the wire there, it will go in the box and you can see the lights are in there. And when it's dark, this is going to light up and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And it's the yellow lights, it's the more ambient lights, not those LED blue light things. It's the pretty firelight type lights. So I've got my little bow here that I want to get on here. Not loving the way these parts are sticking out. I kind of feel like I think I'm going to take these and I'm going to glue them down just a little bit to the back side so that they sit better. Like that. And we'll get this one right there. Yeah, those are just the pieces from when I tied the knot around the whole bow. And they just wouldn't lay down right. And this piece needs to come out of there. And I need to sort of burnish the end of this. Okay. And there we go, there we go, there we go. You want to see the loops from the bow. And then we'll put that right there. Just a teeny tiny bow. I know it's not one of my usual lacy bows or whatever, but we've got so much lace on here already. I just kind of wanted to do a small little bow that just barely even shows up. You know, just a nice little bow. But what I did want to do is I did want to add at least one butterfly, or two possibly, but because I wanted to have some butterflies on here. So initially I was thinking these butterflies, and actually I'm kind of thinking maybe these are, that one's just too big. It's huge. This one's smaller, but I feel like that's taking up too much space. Maybe that is good. Or do we want to go with the pretty little pink? I think the pink one's better. I like the pink one. So we're going to go with the pink butterfly right in the corner there. Just like that. And again, we can see that dragonfly in there. And then what I want to do at the top is I really just wanted to, I'm not sure what I'm going to use to hang it from, you guys. I have to figure that out because I don't know if I want to add lace to it or add a ball chain to it or what. I'm going to go ahead. I am not going... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down on the outside of this box because theoretically you shouldn't have to take it off. You shouldn't have to open it. You shouldn't have to do any of that, because these lights, they say, will last for like 5,000 hours. The batteries, no. But the lights, yes. So you can just change the batteries out and your lights should last about 5,000 hours. That's what I'm told.
So, there it is. Is that not gorgeous, you guys?
I know there's one other thing that I want to do, and I'm scared to do it, is to resin over this piece of acetate. And I'm going to think on that. I'm going to think about whether or not I want to do that. I'm going to first try and see if I can polish this up a little bit more and clear it up just the way it is. I mean, it's clear, you guys. It looks good. I mean, look, it's not bad. But I feel like I want it to be clearer. So, what I will do, though, is I will definitely take some video of this in the dark. Let me see if I can turn off this other light, if it will be enough. I'm gonna say probably not. Sorry about my dog barking, but her dad went outside. Oh, it is dark in this room. Wow, I have my blinds closed, so I guess that was enough to darken it up quite a bit. So, there's what she looks like on the inside. Maybe if it's like almost too dark now. I can see it great. It looks awesome in my view, but there we go. That's what it looks like. Maybe. There we go. That's better. So you guys can see, is that not gorgeous? I just don't know what I want to tie around the top of it to hang it from, you guys, and I don't have any of the laces that I would consider. I could use this fabric that I have right here if I can cut a piece off quickly enough. I'm not sure that I can, because it's all balled up. I mean, not balled up, but it's and I don't think this is the kind of stuff that I can tear. Oh, I can. Awesome. Okay. Here we go. And this is just a thin piece of lace. It's actually a fabric that I have, not lace, a fabric. And what I can do is, I don't know, this is kind of thick. Maybe I gotta see if I can get it to tear a thinner piece. Sorry about that, you guys. There we go. And that should work pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to, let's cut this off right here. I'm going to pull it through this loop. Real quickly. Like this. Oh, come on. Okay. And we'll tie this one. There we go. And that's that, you guys. She's all done. So I hope you guys liked this video. I enjoyed doing it, and I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I'll figure out what I'm going to be doing this one shortly. But thanks a lot for watching, you guys. God bless each and every one of you.
Love you all, and stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Don't forget to hit the hype button on this video, the like, and the comments. Guys, give me some comments on this one. Let me know what you think, okay? God bless you. Bye-bye.